The following is an exclusive presentation of Jesup Broadcasting, the sports leader in Southeast Georgia.
World famous. The world famous Butch and Bob Show.
Well, good morning to you. Butch Hubbard here with you, along with Bob Morgan on this Peaches to Beaches Friday morning. It is the 8th day of March. World famous Butch and Bob Show right now, brought to you by Mike Birch Ford in Blackshear, by Murphy Builder Supply in downtown Jesup on Northeast Broad Street, the Women's Health Center in downtown Jesup on Chariot Broad, and also brought to you by the Wolf Animal Hospital located on West Cherry Street. We got several guests here to be on the world famous Butch and Bob Show this morning. We've even got a Roman in here this morning. That's right, a real Roman from real Italy. He's in the green room right now, and he'll be on the air in just a few moments. But, Bob, we have a very special guest in right now.
Yeah, 2017 graduate Dylan Leach in the military here.
Dylan Leach from Wayne County High School? 2017 graduate?
Yeah.
Okay.
And now in the military, they said you needed some time. This is an assignment coming. So just tell people where you've been, where you're stationed, things like that, since you left Wayne County.
Okay, so I graduated Wayne County High School in 2017, and I got an appointment to the United States Military Academy at West Point.
So you're at West Point?
Yes, sir.
Okay.
Currently. I got out early a few days of spring break to come and talk to a few schools and organizations, and this is my last assignment. West Point, United States Military Academy, for those who don't know, it's a college and a military officer school at the same time. So I'm going and getting an education and developing as a future second lieutenant. And so upon my graduation in 2 years, I'll commission into the Army as a second lieutenant.
Always curious, kids right now going through high school, they got to make a decision. Do I want to go to college? Do I want to enter the military? Do I want to do a trade school? What made you decide to enter the military? Did somebody approach you? Did you have a military family background? What made you opt for the military?
So like you said, kids have that decision, and sometimes they think, I want to go to the military. Sometimes I want to go to college. And I heard about West Point. I heard about the military academies, and it's a two-in-one deal. You go, and it's one of the best education programs in the world, the best leadership development institution in the world. And so not only am I going and getting a great education, it's all paid for, and I get the opportunity to serve afterwards too. So I think it's truly the best thing I could have asked for.
Yeah, mentioned you're getting a great education. Tell us about is it tough? Is it rigorous?
So yeah, I was just talking to Butch in the office out there. Probably the hardest thing and the biggest shock to me was how hard the academics are up there. You get used to all the training, all the military aspects of the school, but continually over and over, the thing I struggle with, I say most cadets struggle with, is the academic rigor. We usually take anywhere from 18 to, I had 22 and a half credit hours last semester, and it's a lot on top of all the other obligations and stuff that we have up there.
And how about the training? Everybody's seen the movies. They come in there, wake up in the middle of the night, and make you run. How many miles you run? Is it like the movies, or is it different?
It's a little like the movies, but not nearly as exaggerated as they are. Definitely during cadet basic training, the first summer there, people are coming in, screaming at you, waking you up, and you do go out and run and stuff like that. But during the academic year, it's Monday through Friday. It's just a regular week, and we'll train occasionally on the weekends. But the majority of the training that we do is during the summer. But after that first initial 6 weeks, you're not really a private anymore, and there's not going to be that many people screaming at you, and it's kind of just more like a classroom environment, and you learning all the different aspects and techniques and stuff like that. A lot more relaxed.
Well, most people know you, but a lot of people may not know who your parents are. Tell us a little about your family. I asked you how often you get home.
So yeah, I get to come home on the big breaks that everyone has for college, really. My mom is Nicole Bell. I have two brothers, Jackson Bell and Jacob Leach. I think my mom's listening right now. But she's
say hi, Mom. You can wave to the camera to her. Hey,
hi, Mom. Hey, Mom. But the one thing I think that's been harder than the academics and anything I've been through up there is just being away from the family. That's been the biggest adjustment that I've had to do. Is you get to call and FaceTime them as much as you can, but that's probably been the hardest thing.
So what's in store down the road once you complete your training? Where will you be stationed? How long you'll be in?
So I've got 2 more years here, like I said, and then
What are you studying?
I'm a organizational psychology major, so it's psychology, but it's not as focused on the brain and all the biological aspects of it. It's more theories and leadership base and stuff like that.
So that prepares you to be an officer in the Army, then, right?
No, they have an extensive variety of majors to choose from, just like any college. All kind psychology, foreign languages, engineering, math, sciences, just like a regular college, and you can choose that for your study. But depending on your class rank, that kind of determines what job you get and how much say you have upon graduation of what your job will be and where you go. So I'm looking to go either aviation, infantry, or field artillery in the end, and I'd like to post somewhere like Germany or Hawaii.
Okay.
So that's your goals, to get one of those places.
Yeah, if I can get my class rank up a little bit, I think hopefully I'll have a decent.
So the better
decent
grades,
chance.
the better position you get when you graduate West Point. Is that correct?
Yeah, the more say you have.
And once again, introduce yourself to everyone.
Dylan Leach.
Dylan Leach is a 2017 graduate of Wayne County High School in his second year at West Point. What are you talking to the kids at the schools around here? You said just they required you to do that on your spring break. What do you say to them at the schools?
So I'm talking to any kids who have already heard of West Point and shown interest in coming to West Point. But more than that I found upon talking, there's not a lot of kids that really know about it and are truly interested. And so I've just kind of been trying to get across to them how great of an opportunity it is. And from my biased opinion, of course, I think it's the greatest route any high school senior could take upon graduating high school. Free education, free everything.
Free everything, right?
Room, board, tuition, food, and you also get a monthly pay on top of that increases with each year that you're there.
And a guaranteed job when you graduate.
Guaranteed job when you graduate, and the best education that you can get from anywhere. It's that the degree that you get there is going to be something that separates you from any other college.
So you'll be a second lieutenant when you come out. How long are you committed to be in the Army once you graduate?
So I had to serve 5 years active duty minimum, and then 3 years in the reserves. But if I go aviation, it's 8 years active duty, and then 3 years in the reserves.
All right.
How is the food?
The food is actually not bad at all. If you can eat high school cafeteria food, then no.
So you're saying high school cafeteria food?
No offense to the way
In the
high
same
school.
par as West Point. Hey, our food is as good as West Point. That's what they can put in their cafeteria.
It's actually not bad at all. The worst food you're going to eat is when you're training over the summer and you have to eat the MREs, the meals ready to eat from the packages. But you're so hungry at that point that you'll eat anything. You're not going to complain.
I'm sure you meet people from all around. You know, they say, "Where are you from?" You say, "They say, where's that?"
Yeah, I usually don't even say Jesup, Georgia, just because
Say Savannah, Georgia.
yeah, I say a small town about an hour away from Savannah, Georgia. Yeah, people are from everywhere. Like there's about 20 international cadets that are from different countries, and I have friends all throughout the United States. It's unbelievable the diversity of people up there.
Well, the fraternity that you will be part of for the rest of your life, a West Point graduate, will be something that you'll be proud of, and you'll have a camaraderie with other West Point graduates, whether they graduated 50 years ago or 10 years ago. And so we're just all proud of you there at West Point. We've had other graduates from Wayne County go to West Point, have we, through the years, Bob? I believe so. I believe we have in the past. Now, where exactly is West Point at?
So it's about.
Where are you? What state? What town?
It's about an hour north of New York City, right off the Hudson River, and in the middle of nowhere, really. Kind of like Jesup, it's its own little small town, and there's not much outside of the school itself until you get to like New York City. That's about an hour south.
Okay. Have you been to New York much when you're free?
Yeah, so that's one of the popular things to do on the weekends that we have off, 3-day weekends. You'll take the train to New York City, get a hotel or an Airbnb, and just hang out with your friends, go explore. I've been so many times at this point. I think I've seen all there is to really see.
Been to some Broadway plays?
That's the one thing I have not done yet, is to go to a Broadway play.
I got to do that when I went to Super Bowl. Yeah. Everybody told me that was like on my bucket, but I thoroughly enjoy it. So I want to go back. So.
I got to do it eventually.
Yeah.
When you were training, did you train with rifles?
We train with.
And what rifle is that? What rifle is the choice of the Army now for basic training?
So the rifle that every man will have is just an M4. It's kind of like a lightened M16, but within each infantry squad, you're gonna have a guy who has he's called the saw gunner, and it's the lightest light machine gun, and then you'll have a weapons squad in each squad, and they have the 240 Bravo, which is more of like a medium light machine gun. And this past summer, I was in the weapons squad, so me and another guy were the one switching out the 240. And that is something else, man. Getting to shoot those kind of weapons, and it's awesome. I like it. I like it.
Those fast shooting guns, they throw out a lot of lead in a few seconds.
Oh yeah, it's awesome.
Dylan Leach in this morning, 2017 graduate of Wayne County High School, now in his second year at West Point, back home for spring break. Dylan, we appreciate you coming in.
I appreciate you guys.
Yeah, Bob, any other questions for Dylan this morning?
It's just great to see you. Wish you the best of luck. Congratulations. I think you made a great choice. You look like you seem happy. You got a big smile on your face. So it seems like it's treating you well.
It is.
Will you have to do this next year during spring break?
I can do it, so I'll have the opportunity to do it for every Thanksgiving and spring break that I have for the rest of my time there. So I'm definitely going to try.
We'd like to have you back on next year.
Absolutely,
see what's going on.
If I get it, I'll be back.
Yeah, if you're back down here during spring break next year, please call us. We'll set it up, okay?
Absolutely.
All right. Thanks for coming in.
Thank you guys for having me.
All right, we got more guests in the green room, including a Roman from Rome, Italy. We'll have him on in just a moment, along with some other folks. Stay tuned right here on Big Dog Country Radio, WIFO 105.5 FM in Jesup.
Hi, good morning. Happy weekend. We're partly sunny, south wind 10 to 15, highs upper 60s for today. Mostly cloudy this evening, becoming more partly cloudy late night, lows in the low 50s. Tomorrow, mostly cloudy, a 20% chance of showers, high mid-70s. Sunday, showers likely, slight chance of thunderstorms, highs mid-70s. Monday, partly sunny, a slight chance of showers. Georgia meteorologist John Weatherby in the GNN Weather Center.
The defending National League East champions are ready to get this season started.
The first pitch to Acuna is crushed. Center field, deep. That ball is gone for Ronald Acuna.
This Saturday, the Braves take on the World Series champion Boston Red Sox in Fort Myers. Then on Sunday, it's the Braves and the Astros live from Disney.
Braves baseball this weekend on AM 1370 Fox Sports Radio, WLOP.
105.5 FM in Jesup, Big Dog Country Radio, the WIFO, world-famous Butch and Bob Show on this Friday morning. And, Bob, we got some guests in here this morning. We got Ralph Hickox in here this morning, along with Jamie, his wife, from the Strand Dinner Theater in downtown Jesup. And, Ralph, you went across seas and came back with someone. Tell us about it.
Well, some people go to take vacation and come back with a snow globe. I brought back an Italian chef.
Italian chef from Rome.
From Rome, actually, yeah.
From Rome. And why did you bring back this Italian chef from Rome?
Well, we opened up the bistro, was the restaurant downtown.
The Strand Bistro right next to the Strand Theater.
Right, and I really wanted a very good chef, a qualified chef. And so I spent... Can I tell a story? All right, so I'd been looking for a chef, and I was struggling with that. So I expanded the search and raised the pay some. And I said, wouldn't it be great if I could have got someone while I was in Rome that wanted to come to Jesup? And she said, Ralph Hickox, if you had done something like that, I would kiss your rear on Cherry Street under the red light. So we might be having a...
when's that going to happen? We may
have to have a ceremony for that. So anyway, I did do that, and I got an application in from Chipotle over here. If I say it right.
No.
Hello. John, say it, go ahead.
What, sorry? Introduce your guest.
I'm sorry. This is...
No. It's South Georgia
Jamie,
terms. In South Georgia terms, the pronunciation. Remember the Pope 2 popes ago? His name was Pope John Paul.
Well,
this is spelled like with 27 letters, but it's pronounced John Paulo.
John Paulo.
John Paulo.
John Paulo.
Hello, everybody.
Now, John's your first name and Paulo's your last name, or is that just your first name?
It's only one name.
Okay, John Paulo. Okay, John Paulo. Good morning. Welcome to Southeast Georgia, Jesup, Georgia, Wayne County, Georgia.
Thank you. Good morning to everybody.
Okay. Now, how did you meet up with Ralph? He's over there bebopping around Italy, and how did y'all run into each other?
I saw the advertisement and applied for the advertisement.
Then what site was that on?
It's on the Indeed site.
Okay. What site is that, Ralph?
Indeed.
Indeed.
Right.
Okay. Oh, yeah. Indeed.com, where you can
Yeah.
find people. All right. And you just saw the fact that he was looking for a chef to come to Jesup, Georgia, right?
Exactly. I saw that he was looking for a chef, and I said, okay, let's try if it's working. And I was quite surprised and happy that just after few hours after my application, Ralph called me, and we start talking about everything, and we found the accord to let me arriving over here, and I'm very excited about this new experience and new life, because USA is completely different from Italy, and.
You were, I was asking you why you're over here. You were saying that in Italy, and I know it's the same way in Greece and other countries, by the time a man or woman gets into their mid-50s in that area, they're starting being pushed out of the workforce for the younger folks to come in. Is that correct?
Yeah, it's correct. In Italy, if you are around 40 years old and you lose the job, it's going to be quite difficult to relocate.
40? Wow.
And start again. And more you are growing up, more it's difficult. And there is a very strange market in Italy for what concerning the job. That is, they want everybody extremely qualified but extremely young.
So they can pay them less. Well, now, how long have you been here in Jesup with Ralph and Jamie?
I just arrived yesterday.
Oh, just yesterday.
Yeah.
Wow.
So
you're going to be the chef down there at the Strand Bistro in downtown Jesup.
Exactly.
And provide the food for the bistro and for the theater. You'll be able to just walk right through there. Now, Ralph, in to prepare for all this, you got one humdinger of an oven that you put in there, right?
I did, yes.
So tell us about that oven.
Well, it's 4,000 pounds. It was made in Naples, and the oven itself
Italy.
was.
Okay.
And
Italy.
yeah, from Italy. The glass tile on it was made in Venice. It's got a rotating deck. It can put out in wood volume over 200 pizzas an hour.
Wow. Have you used one of these ovens before, John?
Not this kind of oven, the one that is here in Bistro, but a similar one that is semi-rotating and a static one.
How long have you been a chef over in Italy?
It's around 30 years that I'm making, that I'm cooking.
He told me you got all kinds of certificates, so you have to be trained and certified to be able to be a chef over there, right?
Yeah.
Okay.
Then I've done the school of a pizza chef and making all the examination about it. That is going to taking around totally around 2 months, because the school to learning it's quite short. But then you have all the exam and the practice to do it, and at the end you get the certificate about it. And
amazing. And I understand that you're also got certified and that you are a meatball specialist.
Exactly. That's a
now
peculiarity.
I didn't know there were so many ways to make meatballs.
Well, meatballs are all over the world, and there are, personally, I know around 450 different kinds of meatballs.
Jeez.
He's got a book on Amazon about it.
He's got a book on meatballs on Amazon.
Well, pizza and
pizza and Amazon.
Yeah, he has a book.
So how do you find that? Is it just to put in John Paula or what?
How
do you find that?
Paul Pizza.
What pizza?
Paul Pizza.
Paul Pizza. P-A-U-L?
P-O-L.
P-O-L. Oh.
It's in Italian, though. He gave me a copy.
P-O-L.
I can't read it.
We do have a copy of the book in Italian.
Okay.
Yeah, unfortunately, it's only in Italian.
So we got somebody that can interpret that for us. Oh, we got John Paula here. He's from Rome. He's a Roman. He looks like a Roman, and from the old days. And not that you look old. I'm talking about from the empire, back when they're in the empire. You know, you've got those features of a Roman that you see back when Rome was Rome. Okay, 2,000 years ago, and he's going to be a chef, the new chef. Or the chef at the Strand Bistro in downtown Jesup, right next to the Strand Theater, and that's something else. You've really stepped out here on a limb, Ralph and Jamie. Y'all have to do this.
I don't know anything less but to do that. Yeah, he's bringing his family to Jesup too.
Yeah, and he's got a wife who's also a chef.
Yeah, I got my wife. That she's a Japanese chef.
Japanese
and
chef.
Teacher.
She's an Italian, but she's a Japanese.
No, she's Japanese.
Oh, she's Japanese. Now, how'd you meet a Japanese wife, a woman, to become your wife?
Well, she was in Italy learning Italian languages.
Oh, okay.
And we met each other.
Okay, and then you got 2 children,
and
right?
I got 2 children. One is of 16 years old, and the little one is 7 years old.
16 and 7.
Yeah.
And now they know enough English to be able to go to school here?
Well, they know Italian, the English by Italian school. That means that they don't know English.
Well, we'll just teach them some of the good old Southern slang around here and give them that old Southern accent. So when they go back, they can say, well, they can move to South part of Italy if they go back.
Southern Italy, right?
Southern Italy, yeah. Got that Southern twang. But it's just amazing that you have moved here to Jesup, Georgia with your wife and your 2 children. You're going to be the chef there at the Strand Bistro. Now, what is your wife going to do? Because it's something to do with the United Nations, right?
She's working at the moment at the FAO in Italy.
At the what now?
A branch of FAO that is called
Food and agriculture.
Oh, okay, food and agriculture.
With the United Nations.
Okay, all right.
As a chef.
Okay.
And she's a chef for Japanese line, and as well as a teacher of Italian and Japanese cook and ice cream maker.
Okay, now how will she work out of Jesup to provide whatever she will to the United Nations for their cooking? What will she do?
She will just going out of the job, and she will follow me with the family, and then hoping that we will find a nice occupation for her. Probably
Okay. She's going to find another occupation.
Yeah.
Is that right? Okay, another occupation.
Might hook her up too.
What's that?
Might find something for her to do too.
Okay, well, there's plenty more space in downtown Jesup to put another restaurant. Or you can just move your neighbors out and just keep moving down there next to the Strand.
Well, we're actually going to be adding a banquet room too.
Oh, you are?
Yeah.
Now, you've got John Paula here. You're going to have his wife, and they're both chefs, and you're all going to start catering too from the Strand. Tell us about that.
Right. We're in the process of purchasing another building to opening a banquet area attached to this, so we'll have more seating.
Mm-hmm.
But also out of that, we're going to do catering. So you'll be able to get the option of Italian or Japanese or both, and we'll cater events.
Well, you'll just definitely have to enter next year's Taste of Wayne.
Yes. Well, we're in it this year with the
Strand.
Strand.
With just the Strand?
But he won't be here. He's only
He
here for
can't
4
work
days.
yet until he gets his visa, right?
Right. He's here 4 days visiting, and basically to help me know what modifications I got to make to the kitchen to accommodate the food he's going to do. The biggest thing he's told me, I had to have a couple boilers for the pastas. So other than that, I think what I set up's pretty good.
Yeah. You're going to be burning some gas each month down there.
Yes, we already are. You seen the flame on that oven? Yeah, getting to 1,000 degrees.
Yeah. So you're here for 4 days, and then you're going to fly back to Rome?
And I fly back to Rome.
Okay, and then when will you be back?
We are hoping to be back from the for the opening of the bistro, and by the middle of April.
Middle of April. Okay. All right. So just
It's
about a month.
all on the U.S. government hands.
Well, you've got to apply for a work visa.
Probably not going to do the actual grand up until he is here, because while we are serving food now and it's good food, I don't want to give people a misconception that what I have now is his actual food.
Right.
So we have the new pizzas, and we're cooking out of the pizza oven now.
You're cooking out of the new pizza oven there. Now, is the bistro open yet?
We have a dining room in the. We opened it. There's a dining space in the Strand that is
Where
open.
the kitchen used to be.
Yeah, it's open. It holds like 27 people.
All right.
And then we're cooking out the new kitchen, and we're cooking out the new oven. The actual bistro dining, it'll open up sometime in the middle of next month. And then we'll start working on the banquet room after that.
Okay.
But as far as dough goes, we're using right now we're using our own dough.
Mm-hmm.
But when he comes, he'll be making it himself.
He'll be making the true, authentic Italian pizza.
Yeah, he told me I told him I was going to do New York style and Neapolitan, and he's like, and Italy we call New York style chewy pizza. You want to explain that?
What kind of pizza do you specialize in?
Well, it specialized on typical Roman and Napolitan pizza.
Now, is that thick crust,
thin.
medium? Thin.
Thin.
Yeah, the thin. I thought it was thin. Yeah.
Tell them why you think New York style is chewy pizza. Yeah.
Yeah, well, we used to say that it's chewy pizza because if it fell down, it started jumping everywhere.
Now, do you use a tomato sauce or a different type of sauce on your pizza? Because I know it's a little different over there.
Well, we're using all the things we can use on pizza. You can put in basically everything.
Mm-hmm.
The difference on the sauce, and I let it test it yesterday evening to Ralph, that if you just put in the tomato like that, it has no taste.
Okay.
If you're preparing the tomato like if you want to using for the pasta, then it has a completely taste. Just needing few things like salt, oil, or olives or something else, and it's completely different the taste.
Well, I can't wait to try your pizza and your meatballs and other things that you'll be making there at the Strand Bistro when you get back and get that work visa. Ralph, Jamie, just a great vision that you have there. So far, your visions have come to fruition and they're successful. And I hope this will be successful for y'all. And John Paula, we welcome you and your wife and your 2 children here. And I think you'll love the South Georgia hospitality and the friendships that you'll make down here.
Thank you, everybody.
All right, Bob, you got any questions or anything for him this morning?
Yep. Friday, gotta go.
Okay, go ahead. Okay, go to your doctor's appointment. It says, congratulations. Somebody just texted in. Congratulations to Ralph and Jamie on their newest venture with a real Italian chef and from the real Italian chef, John Paula. Okay, so we have people can text in comments to us at our regular line at 912-427-3711, and they just automatically pop up here on the screen during the Butch and Bob Show and at other times during the day. People can text in instead of calling if they want to. All right, anything else, Ralph? Jamie, anything at all?
No ceremony.
No ceremony.
I'm thinking it'd be a ceremony. That's a bet, you know.
Yeah. I wouldn't push it, Ralph. You're wiser than that. You know that. All right. Pleasure, and look forward to seeing you down there when you get back from Italy with your family, okay?
Okay,
all right.
Thank you.
All right, Big Dog Country Radio, WIFO 105.5 FM in Jesup, world famous Butch and Bob Show, brought to you by Murphy Builder Supply on Northeast Broad Street and by the Women's Health Center on Cherry at Broad Street, downtown Jesup, both Animal Hospital on West Cherry Street, and by Mike Birch Ford in Blacksburg.
The world famous Butch and Bob Show.